Oh, hey, what's up? So it's going to be part two of my video on, anime scores and rankings. So part one, if you haven't watched it, you might want to watch that. It's going to be part two. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to cover the how anime is distributed in different categories, the characters, and then also information about the different companies. So this is all information you can find on my anime list. People can favorite things, and you get a lot of information. So first fact. So if you take out the 23,000 anime or so, by the way, the data, I got it from early November. So it has been a while, but the numbers haven't really changed all that much. So first, you have regular anime. So there's about 4,300 of them that are ranked. So, and out of a total of 7,200 or so. So that's a 60%. 60% of all the regular anime. So this is anime that are generally at least 12 episodes long. There are exceptions where they're a lot shorter, but generally this is full length anime, one core, one season or more. 60% of them are ranked. So that means 40% of all the entries are obscure or potentially hentai, because hentai doesn't get ranked, regardless of how popular it is. So 4,300 regular anime. And maybe half of these are ones you would actually want to watch. So there might be like 2,000 anime out there that are actually like worth watching. And then the stuff that's unranked and obscure, that's probably stuff you don't want to watch either. You want to be able to find. So, like I've said before, a lot of entries in my anime list are really obscure things that you never heard of. Probably half of them. Probably half this. It might be as much as 50% of everything in my anime list is so obscure that you couldn't even find it online. So 60% of it is really this is the stuff you really want to pay attention to. Anything but like that's unranked, it's just very obscure. Then you have movies. So we understand what movies are. About 57% of those are ranked. You also have movies that are very obscure and nobody knows about them. I think recently, in recent years, in the last 2, 3 years, there have been a lot more Chinese entries. So there might be more of these like really obscure Chinese anime that literally nobody knows about. So there's about 2,300 movies that might be worth watching. So that's not too bad. Yeah, so let's see. Regular anime movies, I think you understand that now. OVA, ONA specials, I'll talk about that a bit. They're a little bit different. OVAs, this is stuff that didn't come out on TV. It came out on video or on DVD. So, original video animation. I believe that's what it's called. So OVAs are generally about 5 or 6 episodes. They're generally based off of some other anime, or potentially they're a standalone. Um, there are exceptions, like Legend of Galactic Heroes is an OVA, and it's 110 episodes long. So there are exceptions, where it's like a full length, anime, a really long one, and it's an OVA. But generally, OVAs are about 5 or 6 episodes. So there aren't as many of them. There's about 4,000 entries total in my anime list. Only about 45 or 46% of it is ranked. So only about 1,800 is ranked. Everything else is super obscure. So the remaining 54, 55% of the OVAs are either really obscure, like I mentioned before, or hentai. There's actually a lot of them are OVAs. Strange, interestingly enough, a lot of them are OVAs. Um, ONAs. ONAs are very similar to OVAs, but ONA stands for original net animation. So if something is an ONA, it came out online. And so this is more of a modern thing. In recent years, there's been more ONAs. So about 52% of them are ranked. Once again, there's a lot of really obscure stuff in these categories and hentai. Also, if you're interested in Chinese anime, ONA is a good category to check out. Let me show you here. So if you click top ONAs, what's cool is that number one, JoJo Part 6 is the number one ONA right now. That's really cool. But in general, if you check the front page of the top ONAs, like highest scored ONAs, a lot of them are Chinese anime. So if you look at if you want to find out what are the best Chinese anime, like you just want to know what are some good Chinese anime, check top ONAs. On the first page, you will get a lot of good recommendations. You will see quite a few here that are Chinese anime that are very popular. with good scores. So anyway, that's just kind of like a random thing to mention. Um, so yeah, anyway, those are ONAs, original net animation. They're generally very short too. Specials are usually like one episode, I think. Generally one episode. They could be they're usually based off of another anime though. So there's not as many of them. About 2,500. About 1,900 actually ranked. So a high percentage of them are ranked. Probably so there's not as many that are based off of. They're not obscure because specials are generally based off of other anime that are already popular. So generally they end up getting ranked as well. So a very high percentage of these are actually ranked. Anyway, remember, unranked means below 100 votes. So if an anime has less than 100 people voting for it and like giving it a score, then it ends up being unranked. That's a very low bar, honestly. 100 votes generally translates to about 300 or 500 people. So if there's less than 500 people that are interested in the anime, it's obscure. Compared to MyAnimeList, when you've got millions and hundreds of thousands of people interested in anime. So but you got some really obscure stuff down here as well. This will be video number 3, by the way. What else? We got airing anime and we got upcoming anime. Airing. So only like 39% of the airing anime is ranked. There's a lot of stuff that's on TV, on Japanese TV right now, or probably Chinese TV, that's airing, that's unpopular, like that nobody knows about on MyAnimeList. People aren't really watching it. It might be popular in there, in China or Japan, but people online don't really know about it. The global anime community doesn't really know about it. So only about 39% of those anime are on TV, that people actually really know about. 124 airing. And also, what kind of inflates the number to be this high is that OVAs or ONAs, if one episode is released, the next episode might not come out for 3 months. OVAs would usually be like spread out over the course of like several months or even years. And it would be 3 or 6 months before the next episode would come out. People had to wait a really long time. So if one episode of this OVA comes out, then it's marked as airing. And even if nothing's happened for 3 months, they haven't released a single episode. So I feel like this number is definitely inflated. There's probably not that many anime that people are really watching right now, that are currently on TV. So 124, probably a little more realistic. And probably a very small portion of those are ones that people are talking about. Like if you go on MyAnimeList, or if you go on YouTube, and you're talking about the new anime for the new season, how many anime are they mentioning? There might be 10, best case scenario 20. There might be somewhere between 10 and 20 anime that people are actively talking about, but not the full 124 though, right? There's still going to be a lot of obscure stuff people don't know about in that number. And then finally, we have upcoming anime. So upcoming anime doesn't have a score, so it can't be ranked or unranked. So if I show you MyAnimeList here, you've got airing anime. That's just what I was talking about right now. Interestingly enough, you got Bleach, Chainsaw Man at the top here, which is cool. So if we look at upcoming anime, notice there's no score. Upcoming anime don't have a score because it's not out yet. So people aren't allowed to give it a score. But what you can see is the member number. So it tells you, instead of being ranked by score, they're ranked by how many people are interested in the anime. So number 1, strangely enough, is Shield Hero Season 3. I don't know if people are anticipating it anymore, but Shield Hero Season 3, number 1, most anticipated anime so far, 250,000. Attack on Titan, final season, part 3, that people are waiting for, is number 2. And then Villain Saga Season 2 is up next. We got Goblin Slayer. So, we have some good anime people are waiting for, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer, yeah. So anyway, upcoming anime are generally, so there's about 400 of them, 420 in the list. Some of them might get canned, never come out. Some of them might not come out for an entire year or even more. So, but anyway, there's about 400 entries like that. So yeah, let's see. Should I end the video here? Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it short. I talked a bunch, so I'll see.